it has multiple different versions from the creator. I hadn't heard the particular version, this particular version, since I was a young teenager, like 14 years old or so, and it showed up on my feed, and it was so nostalgic, and I got, chills and all that, but the song is Ride on Time by Tatsuro Yamashita, who is basically considered to be the godfather of city pop. He's fantastic. You should give it a try if you are kind of into Japanese funk, or, he does everything, honestly, but anyhow, I heard this version of this song again for the first time in about a decade, and it had me thinking back to when I had first heard it. I very clearly remember the day. I was actually driving up to the mountains with my family to go camping. And before we had left on the trip, I had kind of downloaded a few random songs that I had just seen around. I wanted to find new music, so I made a whole playlist of things I'd never heard before. Well, Ride on Time was one of them, and I remember we were about maybe 5 minutes from our destination, and that song came on, and I had headphones in, and I had the music fairly loud, and I got the craziest full body chills in my entire life. That song, it just resonates with me for some reason, and I remember that whole camping trip, I was listening to that song over and over and over again. I had driven one of my friends of my family's ATVs kind of around the forest while listening to that, and I found kind of this overlook area that was kind of looking out over this giant grassy plain, and I was just sitting there listening to that and looking out onto the plain. It was awesome. I'm very fond of that memory. But the reason that I bring this up, and again, this song's not necessarily directly related, but it sparked this thought for some reason. I don't know, but it did. I heard the song at work today, and since then, I kept thinking about how I kind of just was thinking about passion as a whole. It reminded me of just a passion, not a specific passion, just passion, the overall know absolutely nothing about it. I can't help but feel enthralled by that person because I know what it's like to be passionate, so I can still relate to them on some level, and I just think that's a really, really cool thing. But mentioned earlier how, you can kind of do whatever you would like to do in this life. That's not to say that it would be an easy thing, but you can kind of do whatever, and I don't know, that's such a, well, it's kind of a scary thought on one hand, because there are so many possibilities, infinite possibilities. You could be a doctor, or a professional curler, or you could own a porta potty company. Whatever you want to do, there's so many. The spectrum is very large, which can be a bit intimidating, certainly, but also it's just incredible that there are so many options out there to choose from, and so many things to strive for, if you so please. You also have the option to just want to live a very simple life and not really strive for anything complex. You can strive for simplicity, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I tend to strive for simplicity myself, and that's something that you can make a reality. It's kind of, again, I struggle to kind of put it into words, but it's kind of mind-melting when you truly consider that possibility. There's just so many things you can do, but we don't, in the grand scheme of things, we don't have a whole lot of time a good